Hi, this is Tom Hoskins for Mining Journal. I'm here with Ari Sussman, who's executive chairman at Collective Mining, which is a Toronto-listed exploration company focused on advancing large-scale copper-gold porphyry systems in Caldas, Colombia. Hi, Ari. How's it going?
Very well, Tom, and yourself. Thank you for hosting me.
Not at all. Pleasure to have you with us. Now, why don't we start off with you telling the listeners and viewers out there a little bit about the company for those who aren't familiar with you guys.
Absolutely. So, we are the team that built a company previously named Continental Gold, which was focused on Colombia. We discovered and ultimately drilled off and then constructed a mine for a total gold resource of high-grade gold of over 11 million ounces of gold. The company was sold to Zijin, closing in March of 2020 for almost $2 billion in enterprise value. So that was a $1.4 billion takeout plus debt, which they assumed. And shortly thereafter, our team decided, let's do Continental Gold #2, so to speak. But we named the company Collective Mining. And really the basis of that name was taking a collective approach to working with our stakeholders so that everyone shares risk and everyone benefits from the success that we are having.
Okay, and yeah, talk to us about these projects that you've got now. What attracted you to them and to this particular region that you're in Colombia?
So as you mentioned at the beginning, we're in a department, which is what they call states or provinces, named Caldas. And if you were to look on a map and pick the best place to go for mining in Colombia, Caldas would be it. For a variety of reasons. Number one, and most importantly, our projects are contiguous to a mine, which we do not own, another company owns, but it's named the Marmato mine. And this is a gold mine that's been in continuous production for more than 500 years, believe it or not. So as a result of that, sitting within 3 kilometers of our project are 10 permitted operating mines. So location, 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 always in mining. And we've picked an unexplored belt. Secondly, the Department of Caldas has a very high education rate, very strong work ethic, and quite low unemployment rate. So those factors were really critical in selecting the area that we went to. As you alluded to at the beginning, we're hunting for porphyry systems. The reason for that is, Colombia has a long established mining industry, but it went through a period where no one explored, 1980s and 90s and early 2000s. And when the Renaissance came back, it started with discoveries in the high-grade gold belts like we had. And always the next logical progression in the evolution of countries for exploration is porphyry targets. And we thought, let's go after copper, gold, and silver porphyry targets, which we have.
Okay, and I believe I'm right in thinking that the Apollo discovery is your kind of main focus. Tell us a bit about that and the upside you see there.
Correct. So Apollo is the name of our flagship target within the Guayabalas project, which happens to be our flagship project. Apollo is a 100% grassroots generated, now very exciting, high grade copper, silver, gold porphyry discovery. This was, I'd like to say to the viewers that we had a lot of smarts in discovering this, but this was really simply let's turn the drill around and test a soil anomaly discovery. And sure enough, we went into a high grade porphyry system. Look, it's a remarkable discovery. If you take a look at our website or our press releases, I mean, we're reporting intercepts, in the hundreds of meters of length, in grades ranging in gold equivalent basis, from 1.5 to north of 3 grams per ton. So bulk intercepts and high grade. Again, the matrix of that is gold, silver, and copper. And really what makes this discovery unique, it's a porphyry. So porphyries generally are not high grade. But in this instance, we have, multiple pulses of fluids that have dumped metal into the same matrix. So we have the actual original porphyry pulse, which is responsible for all of the copper in the discovery, quite a bit of the silver and a little bit of the gold. And then we have 2 styles of porphyry vein systems that overprint. And so when you mix those all up in a bowl together, the result is some very exciting grades. We do report in gold equivalent because it tends to be more dominant in most of the holes. But it is a nice mix of all three, and we will look to produce all three in the future.
Fantastic. Okay, well, that sounds really exciting. Obviously, it's a busy time in the calendar, the junior mining calendar right now. Everyone's just back from PDAC. What else have you got to come news flow wise for the balance of 2023?
So the big news that we had recently was that we actually discovered where the Apollo porphyry outcrops at surface via drilling. So about 2 weeks ago, we reported our drill result. We drilled 384 meters, starting right at surface, of almost 2.5 grams per ton gold equivalent. That hole bottomed in high grade mineralization as well. So what is coming are now a series of holes that have been completed or are underway, targeting that at surface mineralization. So, we discovered the deeper portion of the system accidentally with the discovery hole, which was only last June in 2022. And now we're targeting where it comes to surface. Obviously, that is the area you would want to start mining in any scenario, because that will be your quickest payback. So we'll see that. Secondly, as the drilling progresses, we do have 3 rigs turning, and they'll be turning all year. We will start the deep long holes. So, this is a porphyry system. We've become slightly accustomed, and at least with some other companies, have seen these 1,000-meter long intercepts. And again, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that or not in the system, but the potential is there. So we're going to go for some big drill holes, starting in mid Q2, and see what this system might give, right? If we can combine the high grade and really big size, it's going to be quite exciting for shareholders. So we're a drilling story. We won't be into a resource estimate probably until late 2024, if not into 2025. Again, there's only 15,000 meters of drilling into this new discovery. It is early stage.
Okay, fantastic. Well, Ari, thanks so much for that overview. That's all we have time for today. So just remains for me to thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
No problem at all. And hopefully we will see you again before long. But for now, that concludes this video for Mining Journal. Goodbye.
Take care.